So, um, I really should have gone over what happened last week. At least my notes for last week. Um, yeah, the camp was attacked by a dragon, and uh, Audrey sent her familiar to go see where it went, where it had taken Chomper. Um, Rhiannon got a little lost and found some bodies of the fallen chosen. Went back to camp. You continued on your expedition. Found the bodies again. Found a different skeleton that was particularly unique in that it had an ibis head, or an ibis skull, versus a humanoid one. It copied down the book. Found your way to the surface, where Audrey got a message from Princess Tilvar saying that Grimeis had disappeared, and to not only told her to come back, but also to bring along anyone she thinks could be of use in an investigation of this scale. So you return to base camp. Took inventory of what the expedition had, discovered that they had found a teleportation circle, which makes things a whole lot easier. Apparently, Audrey does not know teleportation circle for some reason. So you had to have one of the bastard squad cast teleportation circle, where wild magic occurred, because at this point you are feeling that magic is a bit wonky in the mountains. You eventually got teleportation circle cast, and you went through, and that brings us to the present. Was there something you wanted to say, Lunar? I mean, yes, it is in shambles. All right. Well, at least where you were, considering you guys were the only people there. But anyway, you head through the teleportation circle, and you you enter into a decently large room. It's got stained glass windows on 3 of the 4 walls. that let in a small amount of light, considering that it is currently winter in the world outside. But it appears that you have made it to your destination of the celestial firmament in Snakiv. And so I turn it to you folks.
Neat, as the kids might say, poggers.
Okay.
Starbon, what's your fucking plan here?
Mm,
She says as she pulls out a knife. Mine's homicide.
Okay.
all right, I
Homicide of
guess we
who?
can
We'll figure that out when we come to it.
maybe first find out who you want to homicide,
Look, I'm going to teach you an old maxim of that my mistress taught me of her home culture. It is better to stab first and ask questions later than to worry about it and get stabbed.
But do you even know who you're stabbing?
See, this is the problem. You're asking questions now. You're going to get stabbed.
Doubtful. My forte is getting lit on fire, not getting stabbed.
But that doesn't seem
I
like a
mean,
very good thing to do.
Well, I
flaming
don't
daggers
try.
do exist. Here, watch. She uses she'll hold out the dagger of venom and then cast green flame blade so it ignites in front of Sturbot. See, on fire.
Just rolls his eyes at that. Um, uh,
Well, lady
Yes,
or
yeah. We should.
Fraulein Madrell, you're the one that brought us here. Lead on.
Yeah, we should probably head to the palace. Anyways, if you're gonna call me that, she says, turning to Sovar, carry me.
You, you see, that's not how it works. Because I'm also a noble.
Officially speaking, not yet.
Officially speaking, I am.
I mean, I could always just charm you. Unlike you, I actually pay attention when I'm casting.
What's that supposed to mean?
Point there. Well, you see, I mean, never mind the fact I didn't make a shady pact with an archfey. Uh, I also focus on my ability to cast rather than my ability to stab people. Though I do also stab people really well, so
Sure.
I guess I'm just built better, she says, flourishing her hair and walking off.
So, um, as you are on it, going your or making your way towards the castle, Starabon, could I have you roll a wisdom save and subtract 2 from that modifier?
For Pete's sake, I never launched the game. Jeez.
Hey, I'd recommend launching the game, by the way.
Yeah, do that
Just something that you do.
do that while the OGL 1.2 is a draft.
Look, before we have to jump ship to Pathfinder.
All right, if that is something you guys want to do, and the OGL stuff becomes too much, we can make the jump to a different system.
I mean, if it's too much for Roll20, then yeah, I would suggest we do. But as it stands, Roll20 is like there.
So it's wisdom save -2.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay then.
Jesus, why am I at the top? There we go.
All right. You make it to the castle, all right. The guards are surprised to see you, Audrey. Some of them look like when they look at you, like they've seen a ghost.
Yeah, not dead yet.
Keywords yet.
Keyword is definitely yet.
I said, you're a noble. You are permitted in. Actually, you have 2 nobles with you. Though they do advise that the bastard squad wait outside because they have no idea who any of them are.
Audrey, sort of like that fucking ancient aliens guy, holding her hands out, goes, "Well, you see, they're weirdos from the fucking future." She points to Harmony. That one is apparently a Vanderveen, though, so.
In Nori, or fantasy German, she's a Vanderveen. I suppose it's a large family.
Yeah. I think if I remember correctly, she said she's Fleurs. Not either of the other sisters. The one's a bard, so I wouldn't put it past her.
Okay. Still, we don't really know who they are. We can't allow them in.
If I trust them enough to be my entourage, do you genuinely think they're going to stab the princess in the back?
No, milady.
Cool. I mean, I guess they don't need to come in all the way with us, but like, don't fucking make them wait outside, dicks.
Jawohl.
She just sort of like motions for Zerbot and Silver to follow.
Right. You eventually are. Well, first you went into the reception area, or wherever the proper term for that is. Or you have to wait a few moments before you are given permission to go to Tilvaris's office, for lack of a better term. When you enter, Tilvaris appears to have a large pile of papers on her desk that she is going through. When you enter, she will motion for Audrey, Sauron, David, and Silvar to go ahead and take seats. Meanwhile, the Bastard Squad plus Vogley, who tagged along, and Silvar's future son, or son from the future, to make that clear. They stand off to the side. This, it is good to see that you are not. What is the common word? A sociopath?
I figured you were going to say, as Arson once put it to me, Thanos snapped, but yeah, that too. She looks back at Silver like, did I use that fucking term right?
He does a so-so motion with his hands.
She just shrugs and turns back. Yeah, I mean, I admit I'm probably not as worried about it as you might think. But, I mean, it's still kinda weird, not gonna lie.
Indeed. So I will give you the second-hand reports of second-hand what I have heard. The Kamias, Fleur and her wife, and Turku Zitera, for some odd reason, they went to Gramois a number of weeks ago and found the city totally abandoned. Around
Yeah.
Shortly before then, we have heard that the army from Gramois, while they were deployed, have also vanished, except for their automatons, which have instead turned their, for lack of a better word, wrath on anything that has a resemblance of a heartbeat.
Ew. Ew, that's a problem. A large one. For everyone. I cannot stress this enough.
The positive thing about this is that it has made an unofficial ceasefire between us and the Bayfrontians.
Cool. Yeah, I give it about 6 or so weeks before the javelins of light rain down on the country.
Now, Unfortunately, I cannot give you much more than that. If you want to learn more, you'll have to find one of the 3 people that were at Grandma's. Everyone else is too superstitious to go, and all of my people, including myself, are buried in work.
Yeah, cool. Yikes. So, just gonna be upfront. Uh, Something like this has happened before.
Oh,
Oh, hey, Dahan.
Side.
Yeah, yeah, something like this really has happened before. Ironically, during a war, too.
What?
you are
Oh, hey,
currently
Dahan.
you are currently in the office of Princess Silvarus.
Okay.
And you have just received word that Audrey's home city, at least the population thereof, have disappeared.
Awesome. That is the best thing I've heard all, all month.
It gets better. All of the killer robots there are now turning loose on everyone else.
Okay. That's less good.
Yeah. Actually, that raises an interesting question. What are the Warforged?
Well, I can tell you this.
That is a good question.
Those that don't have any connections, direct connections with grandmas, they are still present. So those that were associated with grandmas have vanished along with the other population, rest of the population.
Cool. Can't believe mystical disappearing forces side with Warforged rights. So, anyways, yeah. Uh, here's a fun problem. Uh, I'm curious. I would presume you, if anyone would know. Your Highness, how much do you know about where House Meldriel comes from?
I know they are off Velders. That much I know.
Cool. Cool. You don't know where our house comes from, though, do you?
9.
Cool. Um, out of character. Is there like, I don't know, a chalkboard in here or something?
No.
Cool. Well, sucks for most people, namely the princess Audrey. Audrey just sort of will move over to like a bare wall and pull out like a piece of chalk and start drawing on it. So basically, give you a quick TLDR. Um, the world that our family comes from was created by she crudely draws the 3 dragons of Eberron. These 3, uh, Kyber, Cerberus, and Eberron. Uh, Kyber went fucking batshit crazy, killed his sister Cerberus, whose mutilated corpse now orbits the planet. As Eberron realized, oh shit, something bad gonna happen. As Dahun dies, um, and uh, became the planet. Now, here's the better part. Got a Dahun, much like a sword, turned back on. Um, So eventually, things happened. Kyber becomes basically like this world's equivalent of the Nine Hells of Bator or the ever shifting abyss. Yay. There's also a massive fuck you dragon. Eberron sort of vibes, but gives 12 houses a fragment of his power. Um, Hence why she holds up her dragon marked arm. We flash forward a whole bunch of years. Eventually, the main continent, Eberron, creative naming, I know. These 12 houses enter into a massive worldwide war. Big deal. A lot of people start dying. Warforged get created for the first time there. Uh, those aforementioned javelins of light. Shit goes sideways. Really terrible amount of time, and then suddenly, she motions to one of the countries on the map that she crudely drew, crosses it out. Poof, gone, disappeared. Um, it gets worse. If you can see the parallels, which I'm trying to get at here, the constructs and the undead in the area were unaffected, completely okay, as the mists that caused this just suddenly turned a country into a wasteland. Yay. No one's quite sure what happened or how it happened or any of that. And those were the last reports that we got from there. Because guess what family was caught up in this?
Zyme.
She bows. Problem is that if those haphazard frantic reports from my great grandfather's journals are anything to be believed, which, take with a grain of salt, it happened again. But here, and here's the problem. What caused it was a mystery to him and his best men. So, if for some godforsaken reason my older brother or my father managed to do the same, I don't know what caused it.
Well, it sounds like you should get to work on figuring out what happened so it doesn't happen again.
Well, here's the neat part. It shouldn't.
Well, like I said, if you want to get a first-hand account of what was found there, go talk with either Frau Kamiya or Miss Livia.
Yeah, cool.
I would say go ask Turku Ziter, except even though he was there, he did not make the report and no one has seen him.
I mean, if he wants to be found, he can. He'll show up. It's just sort of a shtick. Cool. Hey, I'm gonna be cool. To you too. Starpaw and Daehun, let's put this democratically. Do you rather see that weird tiefling girl or Fleur about this?
Fleur, preferably. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. I mean, unless
Yeah,
for some
definitely.
godforsaken reason either of you know where Turku is.
No. Never talk to Turku ever.
Why?
We don't like him. Also, he's a warlock.
And
So
you
we
are too.
doubly don't like him. He was a
You're,
warlock before me, so he's automatically the worst.
I mean, you're also a warlock. All I'm saying is ye in glass houses.
Well, did you say glass house? Who's
Yeah.
using that? That is
Well,
a
the point
stupid
being is that
idea.
if you live in a glass house, you shouldn't throw stones
Wait, why would that stop me from throwing stones?
because it will shatter your house.
Why would I? I don't throw stones in my house anyway. It'll break the
Or it
wall.
gives somebody it gives somebody the go ahead to throw stones at you and break your house.
Well, I also don't throw stones at people. Fine, we'll take care of the analogy later. We're not
It's a
going to talk
metaphor.
about Turku. I don't like him.
Cool. I'm gonna go on a limb and say you don't know where Turco is, and
No, and if I did, I'd
not,
try to forget.
and well, let's be real, you don't care enough to know, Starpod. Cool. What I'm about to say is going to sound really racist. Silvar, do you know where Turco the Terror is?
No.
Cool. Well, yeah, let's go find Fleur Vanderveen then. Actually, I guess she did change her last name. Let's go find Fleur. Uh, she says, tossing the piece of chalk, uh, back, landing it into, the, like the pencil well on, the Princess Talvanis's desk, and not actually erasing her, chart of the day of mourning, TM. And she, like, is like, great, let's go, and walks off.
Yeah, while this entire meeting has been going on, while she has looked up from her desk from time to time, most of the time during the meeting, she was like looking down, writing stuff on the from the mass of papers she has. But yeah, you turn to leave, and well, yeah, you're standing outside the door to Tilvaris's office with no direction.
Probably should have asked for direction.
Yeah, that probably would have been a good idea.
Well, there is one other thing I should probably make abundantly clear to you three regarding the day of mourning, but I'm not about to say it when people who might how do I put this? Understandably freak the fuck out are nearby.
Okay.
So yeah, let's go get something to drink. And whatever it is, Dahun, you're not getting coffee. Oh fuck, we should pick up the kids too. She says, like, almost walking to leave.
You realize we're still here, right? We
No, I'm aware. I'm aware. I almost forgot them when I was just going to leave.
You realize, I think at this point, I'm the only minor here. Considering, what, Dragonborn reached adulthood at 15? And equal is, like, 3 years from passing.
Okay. Well, my point stands, and definitionally speaking, okay, except for equal. You're all from the future and therefore children, comparatively speaking.
Alright, let's go. And
All right.
Wait,
right, so you head into onto the north side of town where most of the um, upper class stuff is. And find a place to your liking. Get whatever food you want. Say it's like a silver.
great game.
Silver each.
Let's see.
Mhm.
She pulls out her old spell book, which is a rather old, threadbare tome, and flips through this. So, fun fact. I suppose about me. This is a family heirloom, and is therefore from Eberron. But it also has one of the things I sort of mentioned to neglected to mention. So she flips through to about like the index to show a picture of like the undead of the Mornland. So funny thing, didn't immediately just poof when everyone else did in this country. But one of the last reports from there is of uh, really fucked up undead in that area. I cannot stress this enough. Like you got normal undead that necromancers make, and then you have this. And these are somehow objectively worse. So
Mhm.
it's a very real possibility that as soon as we enter Grimize, not only do we have to worry about automata, we also have to worry about a zombie horde. So a zombie horde that survived the nuclear holocaust.
All right.
Okay. So we hit them.
So,
We throw rocks at them, like you were saying earlier.
Actually, throwing rocks at them might be smarter. They might just explode into like magic pus.
Oh. Oh, so I shoot them
Yeah,
instead of throwing rocks because rocks are
this
stupid.
is well, I mean, magic stone is a spell. Point there and being, I don't know, be smart. The problem is that we might have an ecological disaster on our hands. She says, fully aware that she's saying this next to the spirit of nature.
I think we're having multiple different disasters right now.
Yeah,
What's
following that,
wrong?
yeah, what the fuck is wrong with you, Swan?
What now?
Like, do you need to go to some therapy? Like, I would imagine a whole bunch of ecological disasters says something about you as a person.
Well, that's a new way of thinking that I did not expect.
She leans closer to your chest because your pulse seems fine. I mean, I imagine if it gets bad enough, like your fingers start necrotizing or something.
Oh, yeah. Wait, can't you just use fungus? Isn't that part of a nature?
I mean,
yes, I
yeah,
have
yeah,
a
that
halo.
is part of nature.
Yeah, just use
It's
that.
fine. Nature is used to ecological recession and
I mean, full-blown extinction event is kind of a problem, no matter how you slice it. But I digress. This also could blow up into a humanitarian crisis. And by that I mean, so, uh, one second. She's going to
humanitarian
she
crisis would be good for nature, I assume.
no,
Hey,
it's
humans
it's
are
not.
not the problem here.
I mean, humans kind of are the problem, but I digress.
Yeah.
She stands up and will yell to the patronage and the area and goes, "Hey, running a quick poll here from my friends. what's the general consensus on necromancy, everyone? Yay or nay?
Why? When was this issue over necromancy?
It's been a long running thing with me.
A
It's
bunch of
fine.
people
Well,
got nay.
Yeah, okay, see, she points to one of the people that yelled nay. You, what's your problem with the school of necromancy as a whole?
Is forbidden magic?
I mean, a lot of necromancy spells are used to heal people. Are you against those?
Nine?
Cool.
You.
So problems
Air
with like the zombie hordes. Let's just get this straight, right? You're worried that some upstart necromancer is going to roll up into the city with like 1,000 zombies. Also, zombies are really hard to put down. Like, annoyingly so, Sturbot. Okay, she sits back
Just go
down.
to a paladin and watch Smite happen.
I mean, and then it stands back up and starts gnawing on you. But I digress. Point there and being is that literally everyone's folk fears about necromancy as a school and necromancers in specific, yeah, if we're not careful, might actually become true. So, high five, gang. No? No?
No.
Cool.
No.
How do you
All
feel
right.
about zombie plants, Sturbon?
Oh, see, now that would be incredible resistance. Think about it.
Sounds mildly terrifying. Is that a thing?
That might be a thing.
Are plants alive?
Yes. Empirically so.
What does this have to do with empires?
Yeah, imagine if the trees started tearing themselves up from the roots and started beating you to death.
Yeah, but they don't.
It's just a tree.
Unless he's around.
Well, okay. First of all,
There
trains
are
exist.
various plants that do that, and they
Yeah.
munch on
Yeah, but those
uh,
ones are alive.
flesh.
Most of them are. They're like rocks.
I mean, no, rocks are not alive. Plants very much are alive. Like,
Really hard to do an undead plant.
but my point here being is that like my family low key is responsible for a lot of shady shit for the war effort, and if all of the failsafes starts failing and the automata want to murderize everyone, they could very easily release that shit. And one of those things might just be undead trees.
That sounds like an apocalypse waiting to happen for.
We don't need to talk about my family's skeletons in the closet. Not all of which are metaphorical.
The trees. There is a place. Oh, well.
Actually,
So
no.
that reminds me a lot of trees made of bone are slightly terrifying, and even more terrifying if they move.
Yeah, there might be moving bone trees in Meldriel territory, is my point.
Gosh darn it. This sounds.
Why not? Look. Our family has a very loose ethical code, and one of those things was necromancy's kind of okay, actually. And the other one is let's build killer robots of death.
I think I'm more okay with the necromancy or the killer robots, as long as I think the undead have less of.
Grabs one of the napkins and pulls out her pen and starts drawing. So basically, we took people who were sentenced to death, right? Violently tore their soul out of their body, put it into this rock, put it into the chest of an automata, and basically coated their like bones and remaining viscera in brass, and just told them to get to work.
So basically, you're just running soul-powered automatons. That's all you're really doing. Yeah, less concerning then.
They bite. One
Well,
also just has a flame.
Everything bites. I bite.
One also has a flamethrower module, but we don't talk about the one with the flamethrower module.
That's
How
the
do you
one
feel about
that's.
napalm?
Listen, there's a
That's
group of
pretty good.
people who like napalm, and there's a group of people who don't like napalm. I don't like napalm unless I'm a tiefling.
So you're cool with the soul powered automata that can spit napalm at you.
As
Good to
long
know.
as I'm a tiefling, yes. If I'm anything else, no.
You know napalm sticks to you, right?
Wait, sorry, just
And
to
I
make sure,
still
are we
take
fighting
the
the
spoon.
zombies?
It's a possibility.
Okay, then we're taking that one.
You wanna I'll see what I can do about reprogramming the fucking napalm zombie. She says, just shaking her head. Point there being, I just want to make sure that you're keenly aware there are a lot of skeletons in my family's closets, and also trees, made out of those skeletons.
Okay. Look, I have the power of like multiple gods, actually, so I can say the gods and a very angry sword. Actually, no, he's very sad. I think he's depressed. But the point is this:
I mean,
I think we can
he's from the
take the
Shadow Belt, yeah.
zombies.
Cool. How's your how's your willingness to fight a 20-foot tall tank?
I don't want to fight the tank. I want to fight the zombies.
Cool. Problem is the tank's also there.
Okay, well then you take care of the tank. I'll take care of the zombies.
Look, just because I can maybe be able to reprogram the tank doesn't mean that you can't stop running interference for me. Because if I die, then it's coming for you next.
Okay, that's
Capiche?
nice.
We'll deal with that when
But
we
you
deal with
don't
it, alright?
fail. That's the problem. You don't die, which is
I will look.
a curse and a blessing.
I will try not to die. The point being is that I'm probably going to need help because
Okay.
I cannot fight a tank by myself.
Yeah. Oh, all right. So we're gonna fight zombies, and then we're gonna pretend to fight the tank while you actually take care of the tank. I can do that.
We might also have to fight the zombies while pretending to fight the tank, but yeah, we
Okay,
can just
fine.
burn that. We can just burn that bridge when we get to it. Anyways, do any of you know
We
where
don't burn bridges. That's stupid.
it's another figure of speech, Daehoon, but I digress. So, none of us know where Fleur is, right?
Uh, wait, are you talking about Bertas? Because he's not. Man, fine, whatever.
Well, he is a man. He's just not a.
Human. Ah, I
I
see.
didn't say human. I said man.
Yeah. Anyway,
Though I
yeah,
mean,
let's
if
go
you
then.
want to get it, I mean, if you want to get into it, tieflings are Homo infernalis, therefore human.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that. Welcome to the family, Sturban. Okay, so
Left. Tieflings are descended from humans.
Yeah,
Ish, kind of
I don't know how
complicated
you didn't
stuff.
realize that.
I just thought they arose from various hells to torture this world. Not
Also
Sturban
No,
true.
specifically.
actually, it's usually because like their ancestors made a deal with literal devils, and it's a blood curse, not the other way around.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not going to get into that. So, how about this? We got to find a person, and then we got to find another person, and then we're going to go fight something.
I mean, yeah, feels like an oversimplification, but that's pretty much it, actually.
Sounds like the
Okay.
usual if you oversimplify it like that.
Yeah, it's weird when you oversimplify it like that. but it's not incorrect.
Okay. Let's go find the first person.
Pardon me as I move tokens into place.
We're off to go see the wizard.
Yes, as you all begin to, as you stand up to go, the fox that I pointed out in the chat window stands up and begins to follow all of you.
All right, wait. I really need a clarification. Moth, as in like it has a moth on its back.
Misspelling mouth.
Oh. Okay.
I am not very good at spelling.
Okay, and I'm guessing those were all perception rolls, so would Dagon even notice this?
Now, first one was a stealth check.
Okay, so he failed.
Yeah, it failed.
Yeah, it's a very conspicuous fox.
Awesome.
Now, you could all
Unless
see
you
that
want to
it was
roll
trying
perception and see how well you see it.
Yeah, I mean, sure, go ahead, roll perception, Daehyun.
I
If you
have a
roll
passive
low,
perception of 14.
yeah,
That's fine.
I figured you have a high enough passive to see that.
Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, sorry. There's somebody at the door. Be right back.
Here we go. I don't think I'm missing any other characters besides... Wait, no, I'm not missing anyone because it's the three of you plus Silver, the Bastard Squad, which the only token I'm missing is the Dragonborn, and Bogley. Oh wait, Chopper is here as well. Right. So you all, without confronting the fox, you all make it to the bear brawler. The tavern is a bit light this morning or evening. Kind of hard to tell at the moment since everything is kind of dark. But yeah, Libertas is in his usual spot, like cleaning the cleaning some probably mugs. And when you come in, he's, well, if it is in the order of the Swan and Silver, future people, what are you all doing here? I thought you were on that expedition.
Yeah, up until the city just vanished.
We were looking into one city that vanished, and another one did it in real time.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Usually it happens over like generations and not all at once.
I am
I
here.
mean, the one we were looking at had vanished generations ago, and now there's
Well, yeah, but I presume the downfall of Methuselah and the other one that I
Penicillin?
forgot. Yes,
Wait, I should know about that.
Yes, Methuselah and Penicillin.
Penicillin. Oh, what happened to the fox?
Vibin. So following.
Okay, can
We didn't bother. Yeah.
yeah, but could we though?
I mean, you want to say hi to the fox? We're talking to the
Yeah.
bear.
It's a fox.
I would think, thanks to Liv, you would have enough of foxes, but okay.
Well, the issue is they never talk to me specifically, right? They're always talking in weird gobbledygook. Never understand. Anyway, I was thinking, so it's like magic, right?
Yes, stay home. It's probably a magic fox.
Okay, so like your magic. So could you cause it to be less magic so it doesn't run away? See, I really want a foxtail.
Yeah, sure. I'll see what I can do,
Okay.
she says,
Give me a sign and then I'll.
turning around to the fox, and is just going to mouth, I would run and cast haste on it.
Daehun will take the casting of the spell, which is probably out loud, to sign to turn around and pull out his sword. He'll turn it on.
So I see you were mouthing it to the fox.
Yeah,
So-
as she says the incantation for haste, since Daehun doesn't know haste and therefore wouldn't know that.
You hear
Yeah,
in
no,
your
he
mind,
doesn't know the spells.
You hear in your mind, Audrey. Now, why would I do that?
Okay, so Daehun currently has a flaming sword in hand, and seeing the fox not moving, thinks that not Liv, Audrey has casted some sort of like paralyzation spell and is going to approach the fox. Hi.
Audrey just sort of shrugs and goes, that's why. She turns back around to Libertas. Yo, anyways, you know where Fleur is?
Right, so, the fox looks at you, Daehun, and you hear in your mind, "Hello, Daehun."
Oh, cool. You know my name. That's not normal. Anyway, actually, this might actually make it easier. Could I have your tail?
Which one?
What?
Wait, there are multiple?
Yeah, the fox like flutters its tails, and it has 5 tails.
Oh, well, thank you for
This-
giving me options. I'll take. Oh, what's the lucky number? Sorry, just a moment.
It's not on the lucky number, Daehun. Gotta wait 2 more centuries.
Not all 4. I'll just take the 4th one.
Oh, shame I can't detach my tails at will. They're kind of attached.
Oh.
Honestly,
well, I could try to take
that one's that fact is a bit more surprising there.
Look, they stay there even when I turn into a human.
I mean,
what?
Sure, but like,
wait, are you?
Audrey, no.
As soon as you say that, as soon as you say that, the fox stands up, and it's Tong.
Darn it, Tong! You had me so hopeful there for a moment.
But also, like, I mean, okay, point taken. You're also a more skilled Magus than I, and even I can reattach limbs. So, skill issue, I guess.
Oh, shut up.
More.
Look.
The magic here works differently than where I come from.
Yeah. Oh, well. Well, hey, it's good to see you again, you trickster.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I mean, you say that, but I've heard of a scabbard being able to heal any mortal wound. So what's your excuse?
Well, she turns people into the scabbard.
Actually, no, she doesn't. Said scabbard came from a fae.
No, she turns people into scabbards.
Oh, yeah, generally speaking.
Yeah.
Look, just because I turned Arson into a sheep doesn't mean I can turn him into a scabbard. Also,
I
I'm
mean-
surprised that I was able to scry on you, Serban. I would have thought that a druid like yourself would have more resistance to that sort of thing.
Here's the secret: Sturbon doesn't give a shit.
That's pretty much it.
Anyways, fine then. I guess now we have two people. Do either of you know where Fleur is?
I have not seen either of them since you all left on that expedition.
Cool.
Um,
Weird fox lady.
yeah. Now, Luna, I take it that you saw the DM I sent a couple days ago.
Yeah, rather recently though. Point being, probably, given what Fleur is, not in the wild hellscape that is Mikhail, and rather in the actual walled city.
Oh yes, they're in this city called Veldmire.
Well, do you have any? Uh, she just like rubs the bridge of her nose and will pull up in the walk. Let me move over to the tab. Yeah. Great, cool. She says, and she will walk up the stairs and find the hatch to the attic, pull it open, go, "Hey, weird attic goblin, I know you're up here."
Yes. You're not Libertas.
What? No, I don't. Why would I be?
Because he's usually the only one
Can
that
you
comes
get
up
it from?
here.
I mean, first of all, that weird tiefling lady yells a lot about weird attic goblins. It doesn't take much to put two and two together. Also, the few nights I've stayed here, I'm an elf. I'm not that like I have a good enough perception to hear you skittering around up here. So either you're a really large rat, in which case like health code, or a small creature such as another kobold or a goblin.
Okay, what business do you have with me?
Yeah, can you get to Wildmire?
I can't. Well, I haven't learned any teleportation skills there.
Great.
Meanwhile, downstairs. So, where did she go? I take it there's a reason why you want to know where they are.
Probably. She keeps shouting about big robots and zombies.
Yeah, zombies, automatons, the rogue kind instead of and village. But
Yeah.
Yes, I overheard
Honestly,
the
I think her
conversation.
brain just. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you were listening. Man, I need somebody like you to follow me around all the time. You're
why?
great.
Is your memory that poor?
No, it's just nice having somebody who has like another set of eyes on the conversation. Then I can go back and think about it twice. Yeah.
Rhiannon is playing with the doorbell. Like the one that rings when you enter a shop. As she just sort of looks down and tilts her head.
What?
She hoos before returning to fuck with the bell. It's unclear if she's being a. It's unclear if she's being a bird or doing it explicitly to annoy Libertas. frankly speaking, 50-50 shot.
I think she's trying to tell me that I need a familiar. I see. Thank you very much, familiar. That is an owl.
Wonderful.
I mean,
Wow.
familiars are pretty nice.
The bird just keeps pecking at the bell.
I mean, familiars can be nice, and you'll hear a poof, and a barn owl appears on her left shoulder.
Who is this?
Well, this is my owl, my familia.
The eagle owl stops and just sort of turns to inspect the other owl, the false owl.
Interesting. And then you can just do that out of nothing.
Well,
Awesome.
kind of. I mean,
Well, all right. Yes, there's always power that goes into things to make things happen. But you didn't have that in your shirt or like in your pants, right?
considering I'm wearing a dress and I'm not wearing pants at the moment, it would be kind of hard to.
I did not need to know that.
It would be kind of hard to have him there.
Okay. All right, but yeah, the basic essence is yes.
Yes.
It came from magic.
Yes, it came from magic.
Awesome. Okay, I'll see if I can do that. That sounds pretty cool.
Why the hell did Rhiannon say I could take him? Oh, that's why Rhiannon said I could take him.
Oh,
Anyways, your attic goblin's uselessly Veritas.
What were you even trying to get them to do?
Teleport us to Wildmire?
Oh, I could have done that for you. How do you think I got here? Oh, wait, no, you wouldn't know, because this is kind of our first meeting. Name is Tong Ya Wen.
Yeah.
I am...
I'm gonna call you fuck. Trust me, I'm not good with names.
Yes, well, I'm something what Miss Olivia once referred to me as a archmage, which was a little inaccurate at the time, but now I feel like I fit the bill.
I'm not going to fucking stroke your ego here.
Oh, you're alright.
Honestly, at this point, the bigger question therein lies. I mean, there are multitudes of ways that you got here. It's not necessarily just teleportation.
Well, look, these two hired me to cast teleportation circle on their island for a year. Now, well, up to yesterday, I've been paid the debt, at least partially. And I'm going to want you to pay the rest when the time comes.
Oh, neat. Daehoon, remember, don't drink too much. Your kidneys can sell for a lot on the black market. Hell, even certain loaves of your liver. Less so for Sturbon. Tieflings have weird blood types. Actually, what is your blood? Actually, you wouldn't know what a fucking blood type is, Daehoon.
It's blue.
Are you calling me blue-blooded?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Really?
Wait. Hold up. She leans over to whisper to Silver and Chomper. Okay, but one of you is literally a healer and the other one's weird enough to do this. Do either of you know his blood type?
All right, actually, you know what? Being called blue-blood, it's kind of nice. Thank you very much. He's going to take a step back.
Let's see live at the bottom of the sea. So
I haven't
Sure.
had an opportunity to. My healing is
Sure.
with magic, not physical stuff. That much should be obvious to someone supposedly as intelligent as you.
Yes, I'm intelligent, not wise, but also learning how to do basic medicine is sort of important for healers. Like, I mean, do you know regenerate? What if he needs a fucking blood transfusion?
Don't you just ask the gods to do it? Like I just slap myself and then I feel better. It
I mean,
resets bones and all.
if you lose, okay, so there's a very keen difference, right, between healing magic and actual medicine, right? Healing magic speeds up your metabolism to accelerate the natural healing processes. The actual medicine deals with the problem.
Okay, I would like to counterattack with healing magic can regrow limbs, and I can't do that naturally.
Now, that sounds like a problem with humans.
That sounds like a problem with most everyone.
I don't know about you. I mean,
Yeah.
Sturbon over here can regrow his limbs.
Is this true, Strabon?
What now?
Can you regrow your limbs?
I'm not answering that question.
Huh.
He's a spirit of nature. He has fucking gecko DNA. Of course he can.
Yeah, that's gecko DNA, not human. And as we already talked about, he's human. Anyway, the point is this. Healing magic does not just speed up metabolism. It actually makes stuff happen that isn't supposed to. I'm not even sure metabolism.
First of all, yeah, you don't know enough about anatomy to speak on the matter. But also,
I know that you're not supposed to regrow limbs.
skill issue, I guess.
Not really. Anyway, look, the point is this. I forgot what I was trying to make a point of. I think I'm just mad at you. I don't know why. But didn't we already have a coffee conversation? I need to be nice to people. Gosh darn.
I mean, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, being nice to me is sort of superfluous. You need to be nice to the common folk.
Slow it down. What does splurfulous mean?
It means, technically speaking, you don't need to be as nice to me as you need to be to the common folk.
Oh. Well, all right.
So, I mean, also, I'm going to be like, I'm not the type of person to hold grudges, but don't go around being dicks to nobles if you're going to be a noble yourself.
Isn't that what nobles do?
Okay, just because you're correct doesn't mean you should. That's how you get wars.
All right,
And not
look.
like
How about
wars
this?
and not like wars of conquest, right, Daehoon? I mean, like a standing army's on your doorstep.
Well, armies that stand are usually the best. Rats, I can't get out of this one. I know what you mean. All right, fine. How about this? Are we going to go find somebody? Do you know where Fleur is?
Great question. Weird
That's
fox
a no.
lady. Do you know where?
Hey,
Do you know where
hey.
Fleur is?
Do I? No.
I believe I already answered that. I do.
No, I mean like in specific.
I believe they referred to it as the Swan's Nest.
Bees.
I think
Daehoon,
it was.
Is your
I think it was
is
the
your
house
group
that
just
you
fucking
all started.
squatting in a house? Yeah.
Sorry,
Hey,
people were talking over each other. What was that saying?
I believe they said it was the house that you all got on behalf of the guards.
Oh, my house?
No.
oh yeah,
Wildmire.
right. You guys You guys are squatting in a place. I forgot.
I'm not squatting. They're sitting down at tables and chairs that I bought for them.
It's another turn of phrase, Dahan.
Yeah, we'll stop using those. They're turning. I have no comeback for that. So, all right. So in Wildmire,
Yeah, cool.
can we go
Well
there?
then, I guess, yeah. Let's ask the nice fox lady if she can so pretty please kindly take us to Wildmire.
Hmm.
Okay, then I'll do that. Please, Fox Lady, take us to Wildmire, despite the surprising sarcasm in my associate's voice. If it's all right with you, that would be awesome.
Oh, you disappoint me. That's very well. She will.
Hey, how about?
Yes.
Oh, nothing. If you're going to do it for free, that's fine.
I was gonna like, I mean, I'm pretty sure you could just pay her in like rolled up pieces of ham with peanut butter stuffed in it.
The reason why
I
it's
feel like
free
that's
this
race.
time is because teleport doesn't cost anything.
Really?
Oh, that too.
Wait, since when?
Forever.
What?
I mean, I suppose if you want to buy something from the area,
Okay, all right, yeah, let's go along with this. This is a great idea.
I'm still moving tokens to the correct place.
As long as there's no weird glowing gems involved. I don't like that.
I mean, there's weird glowing involved. It's magic.
Well, the glowing's fine.
So Tom pulls out what looks like a paintbrush to most of you, and takes out a scroll. Throws the scroll in front of her, which it unrolls, but it's like floating in the middle of the air. There's like a significant portion of it that is missing, and it's not a scroll that any of you have seen. Looks like it's made of strips of wood. I digress. There's a section that is missing. And she takes this brush-looking thing, does a few strokes, and there's a flashlight, and then you are in the city of Wildemire once again.
So, anyways, Daehoon, do you want me to turn the steel swan into a spaceship?
No, space sucks.
And you can literally take the fight to the stars.
Oh wait. Yeah, but then I'm entering their domain in a flimsy little thing like that. I'd rather take, another sun. Focus.
I mean, the sun is a star, right?
You keep saying that, and it's not.
No, like it is.
Why? Did the Empire decide that one too?
No, the sun did.
The sun did not decide that he's a star. He is not. There's a classification difference.
No, it legitimately is. Daehoon. Actually,
Okay, obviously you haven't
actually
heard
multiple.
any
Actually, multiple stars have planets around them,
Wait, didn't we already have this conversation?
and therefore could be classified as their own suns. And no, we did not.
I feel like we had something in this vein where we talked about like just religion in general, and we came to the conclusion that you're an idiot.
No, you came to the conclusion I'm a heretic.
No, I said you're an idiot, not a heretic. There's a difference.
That-
Anyway, I said that you were
No.
crazy and that I'm not listening to you, so shut your face. Shit.
Cool. I mean, you could ask Tong, she would tell you the same thing.
I don't want to ask Tong. She's a liar.
I mean,
Okay.
only parts
Hey,
of the time.
literal spirit. Okay, here. How about this? Hey, literal spirit of nature. Is the sun a star?
I feel like you're trying to cast magic on him, which is why he's not responding.
No, I think he just doesn't want to get in the middle of this, which is honestly valid.
Okay,
It's a
sure.
star, but if you want to get close enough to, roast a marshmallow from it, good luck.
Yeah, it advises against that too. Fun fact, if you light a fire in space, you go boom.
That's nice. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna make that. Okay, yeah. So where are we here?
Yes, no, like teleportation literally is instantaneous. We're here.
Yeah, that's great. I'm gonna leave you. Bye. Wait, I don't know where I'm going.
I'm pretty sure we're all going to the same place.
Okay, then we'll just go there in silence. Yes.
So cool. So is this the part where I tell him about crystal spheres?
No. Don't.
No.
Fine, fine. I know when to wait my
Out of
my
character,
turn.
you could try.
I mean, out of character, do you know what crystal spheres are?
Yeah, it's the multiverse.
Yeah, okay.
So since both Cerebon and actually all of you know where this house is, because I remember.
I'm going to the house.
I remember now that I'm thinking about it. First time you met Sylvar was outside of Waldemire. Your first job with Audrey was in Waldemire.
We will go.
Yes, you eventually return to the house that you haven't been to in months.
House. Damon's gonna rush up to his room. Hi, Fleur. Bye, Fleur. He's gonna go to his room. I forgot which one was mine. It was the red one, right?
I believe it was.
Sweet.
It was. Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore that. Audrey will actually fucking knock on the door, despite the fact that she's here with two of the owners, quote unquote. It's still squatters' rights.
So the door opens.
Or I suppose. Oh, good. Daehun closed the door behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Guten Morgen, Audrey. Please, come in.
Cool. So, yeah. How's life?
Well, it's been a relatively, things are different now that I'm married.
I would say I understand, but I really do not. I cannot claim to understand human courtship. Or
keep going.
Yeah, no, I guess definitionally speaking, still human courtship.
As soon as Harmony enters the house, Okasan, and runs over to Fleur and hugs her. Again, speaking in a moon speech.
Yeah, really do not understand human courtship customs or mating rituals.
There's Trumper.
I mean, but I digress. Other than the fact that now your supposedly future daughter is trying to strangle you, um, yeah, now I see why the guards were suspicious. Hold up. Hey, Stervon, are you just gonna chill out in your fucking tree out there, or are you coming in?
Oh, Jesus. I never realized the bloody,
Map had changed.
yeah, you can tell how much I check roll 20, despite the fact I have nothing. I just have one thing running, so I keep the monitor on.
Okay. He just instant transmissioned into the bathroom. The upstairs
Okay,
bathroom at that.
teleportation at its finest without even attempting to do it.
Um, yeah, cool. So Princess Tavanis said that you have a fun little report.
Uh, if you want to call it fun.
I mean, fun in an existential, horrifying sort of way. Yeah. Given some of the guests at your wedding, I mean, I'm kind of surprised you wouldn't call it fun. Though
Um,
your wife probably would.
yes, Liv has some interesting funs.
Point down being, yeah.
So I take you want a summary of what happened, yeah?
I mean, a good sort of TLDR would be nice, yeah.
Okay, well, perhaps I should start from the beginning. So you remember Turku Ziter, yeah? Uh, Best
I mean,
man at the wedding.
yeah, I remember him. I didn't really get to speak to him. I've read the baker's dozen of dossiers on him too.
Well, we have an island that belongs to the dragon in Liv's psyche. But he came to our island, said that he had a job for us. And we went with him to the location, which also happened to be at the bottom of the ocean. She gets a distant look in her eyes. It was quite frankly terrifying down there. Down there we fought an aboleth and one of those bird people, bird mask people.
Oh, fun. We've ran into more of those too. Some were
Uh,
fucking crucified into them.
wait, that? Us? Future me, Fleur. Yes,
So technically,
they're here.
so technically, so technically, he will crucify them.
Also, the 18-year-old version of my son has been ordered to keep an eye on your daughter and the rest of these people. That's why he's here.
He also tried to shoot fire through fire. So clearly, however, Silver raised his son, didn't teach him too much about type combinations.
Look, The target wasn't on fire, it was on the other side of a firewall.
Fire through fire still doesn't do anything but add to the existing fire.
You were on the other side of that wall.
Yeah, and that's why I threw lightning at you.
I doubt the fire would have had any effect on the spell.
All I'm saying is, wasn't very smart. Also, you don't know wizard dual etiquette. But I digress.
Yes, because we
Questions
follow
later
Harry
about
Potter
wizard
rules.
Hey, we don't talk about that transphobic piece of shit. No, I mean sniping you from orbit. That's wizard dual rules. Just ask Tong.
Anyway, I I don't remember if Liv took the Vasa breathing potion or not, but I was running out of air, and well, not air. The potion was wearing off, and we wouldn't make it back to the surface with before it ended, and we would start drowning. So we made an emergency teleportation with a teleportation helm that Lives has borrowed to Grummice. But when we got there was absolutely no one around. We began looking
Not
around.
even murder robots?
See, we did
This
come
is a
across
very important question.
We did come across a few, but Turku downs them.
Okay, cool. Skeleton trees.
No. None?
Good news, Sturban. The skeleton trees aren't walking yet.
I hear a yet in the picture, though.
But then, as we were looking around, we couldn't find anyone. We couldn't find any animals either.
Yeah. Sounds like a mini day of mourning.
Also, the plants they were withering.
Sounds like a mini day of mourning.
It was
okay. Well, bad news. Bad news, Cerebon. The skeleton trees might be bolstered due to necromantic energy.
What now?
Don't worry about it.
Pulsing to necromantic energy, or
powered up?
Oh. Yeah. Listen, they're already terrifying. Why should I be any more concerned?
I mean, it could turn into a really big skeleton tree. So frankly, I'm kind of surprised you're not just like walking to Grandmice now. I kind of assumed as soon as she said the plants were withering, you would have gone there immediately to deal with your trees.
Well, plants withering is probably just because they're household plants used to humans taking care of them. Now they're having to deal with normal nature kicking their ass. I'm fine with it for now.
Hey, I have you know, we sustainably garden in Guaramize.
Sure, and nature will consume your houses when you're all gone. It's fine. Keep
I mean,
the plants you garden.
That part is a statistical improbability for a few reasons.
Sooner or later, you'll all die. It's not
Well, no, it's not the all dying bit, though. That's a different problem we can get into later. Uh, yeah, no, our metal doesn't like explicitly doesn't tarnish. Why do you think Warforged can live so long?
Have you seen plants deal with metal? They just grow around it. Nature will
Yeah,
take over.
but the point being, the point there being is that the buildings won't be consumed.
Oh, I just remembered. Um, not only did Turku destroy some of the automatons, um, Liv and I got ambushed by a couple, but then Turku came around the corner, hopped on one of their backs, and did something to where the two automatons started fighting each other.
Oh, that's terrifying. The Kraken powered kobold can hack. Actually horrifying.
Or useful. You could just have them hotwire all the androids and tell them to fight each other.
What do you
And then
think my
just
plan is?
make some popcorn and enjoy this show.
Starbon, quick question. What exactly do you think my plan is here?
Hotwire the androids or fight them in a suicidal battle. I like neither choice. Actually, no, I like one choice.
I figured you would prefer one choice a lot more than the other. I'm not Dehim, though. It's the first option, not the suicidal battle.
Suicide.
Also, unlike Turco, I don't need to hack into them. I have fucking system admin privileges. She pulls out her rapier. This is system admin. She pulls out the dagger venom. This is privileges. I jest, but legitimately I know the password.
Uh,
Cool.
um, might be a good idea to go over there when you can. We were checking out the castle, and I'm pretty sure he was checking in places he shouldn't have been, and taking things
Oh,
that should have
wonderful.
been.
Oh, cool. Hey, Sturbon, the skeleton trees might be walking when we get there.
Wonderful.
Well, that's nothing. That's nothing about the flesh flowers.
You know, I've heard of worse.
The flesh flowers scream.
I have heard of worse. Okay.
Also, no, that's still a surprise tool that will help us later. She says, legitimately stopping to think for a second.
You're talking about vines that come out of the ground to, consume your soul and some shit.
You are aware, due to their nature of being necromantic beings, they in fact come out of the ground to consume your soul, right?
Yeah. I was just trying to figure out if you're trying to go with that.
Well, that
I was
could be a surprise tool that
surprised.
helps us later, but I think I'm relying on your aspect of the spirit of nature a bit much.
What, you want me to summon the reverse vines that go into the ground and consume undead matter? That would actually work at some
Yeah,
point.
no, that would
Eventually.
actually work wonders.
Oh,
I'd feel bad for the undead getting consumed alive.
But well, fuck them, they're undead.
uh,
They don't have life anymore.
speaking of plants, Serban, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Just come down here. You have to pardon me. I don't have the energy I used to have.
Yeah. We're just lucky that the other sending stone to your pair is with you, and we can just have Sturban on conference call.
Um.
Actually, while we're at it, hey Sturban, can you get Daehoon?
Ah, good stuff, good stuff.
You want me to grab Daehoon?
I mean, you could
Hey, guys.
you could try to physically pick him up. I wouldn't recommend it.
How's it going?
Oh, good. Hey, Daehoon.
Hey.
Yeah, okay.
Sturban.
So,
Fleur reaches into her bag and pulls out what looks like a root. Do you know what this is?
All right. Should I just roll nature?
That's a root.
Yeah, and do so
Yeah,
with
it's very-
advantage.
good job, Daehoon.
Oh, I'm so
Hey,
glad I'm
guys.
helping.
What
Wonderful
type of root?
touch.
What type of root is it?
The root
Well,
of a
usually,
juniper.
well, that one's
The answer is dead, Daehoon.
yes.
Incorrect. It's a juniper root.
I mean,
Get off
I
the
am still correct. Also, you're standing in the stairwell.
Get off the stairs.
You're blocking Daehoon. If he
I
keeps
technically
shuffling,
can move through your space, so I'll just do that.
oh, okay. I was going to say, if he just kept shuffling back and forth on the stairs, he'd probably have eventually just gone through the floorboards.
One of us will become incorporeal. But it's a
Yeah.
juniper root. Nothing
Yeah.
special about it.
Well, we found this growing at the bottom of the ocean.
Okay, well, there is something special about that.
How exactly?
Magic, presumably?
I mean, hold on. Fleur, where's her character sheet?
Especially if the answer is Aboleth.
So juniper root coming out of the ocean.
Hey, you've never. Well, for the spirit of nature, you've clearly never heard of the giant ocean juniper trees.
I made a giant tree. I've
Yeah,
heard of
but
it.
one that just naturally comes out of the ocean. The Northerners call it Yggdrasil. Actually, no, that one's an ash tree.
Well, while we were down there, I noticed that everything around the tree, well, it looks like was the beginning of a tree was dead. But the tree itself is alive.
All right. Can I sense any necromantic energy from the root she's holding?
Go ahead and roll perception. Or, well, yeah, perception. Okay. There's definitely something that it's giving off. Go ahead, roll me Arcana.
Oh, Julie.
Well, it's not necessarily necrotic. but you do recognize this presence. Way back 9 weeks ago at the wedding, and the fallen chosen asked you if you had felt something consuming the world, and you extended your senses and felt it. Even though this is dead, it gives off a similar vibe. You get the feeling that if it were alive, it probably would be the same exact vibe.
Try to reverse that. So he's doing the same thing to this plant, essentially. Like instead
No,
of the plant consuming the world, he's consuming the plant.
No, like
I don't know.
no. So way back when, you felt something eating the world.
Yeah. So it's a tree that's eating the world. Then, I guess, can he copy what the root is doing, essentially?
You can try.
A specimen of some sort.
Simply take the Skyrim alchemy approach, launch on it.
All right. What do I roll for?
Well, you're trying to use your druidic powers, so not your druidic powers, your spirit of nature powers.
Yeah, so just D20 plus 9.
Yeah.
15.
No, you can't even get close to what that thing has been doing.
Told you to munch on it.
All right. He's
no
taking
balls, you won't. We got something here. Go ahead and do it. Do it, bitch. You die, we can revive you. It's okay.
It's trying to eat the world. I'll eat it back. We'll see who wins.
Yes, the Ouroboros.
So, wait, you actually do eat it?
He eats a small bite of it.
Bites into it like a carrot?
Roll me a Constitution save.
Surprising. One of the things he's very low. Wow.
Oh, dang.
You ate it back. Congratulations.
One of the lowest saves I have.
So you take 20 points of necrotic damage.
Ouch.
And
he's now making that into a tea.
Yeah, and you feel intensely hungry.
He's making the rest of the root into a tea.
I was going to say, yeah, we can just turn this into a poison. Kill the bitch. That being said, here, take this actual carrot. Please don't continue eating the root.
He'll make a tea and some food while he's in the kitchen from the bloody root. So the root's a tea, he's making normal food for himself.
Okay.
Just a necrotic.
I've seen him rub this much blood from his orifices since he tried casting arcane magic.
It's like that one mission in Skyrim where they give you a poisonous plant that'll just kill you, and everyone just saves the root to make a poison and kills the man with their own hands.
Yeah, it's much easier to just kill the fake emperor than it is to give him the Turnus root, keep the root. Who knows when we can use it? We can one-shot fucking Alduin with this. Speaking of which, Fleur, yeah, we tried, and by we, I mean I tried to have him cast Arcane Magic. He had an aneurysm,
It
so,
was
pretty good for a first-timer. Not gonna lie. She says, mouthing to Fleur, he has no aptitude for the subject.
Yeah. When you say pretty good for a beginner, you can hear Tong like say, "Wimp, weak." Um, that that doesn't look good. And
No, it's cool. Here, Dayton can show you a magic trick. Do you want to mop up Sturbon's blood?
Oh, sweet. He's gonna go over and like take care of that. Hey,
See?
Sturbon, are you okay?
I'm fine. I have discovered a new poison.
Awesome. Just tell me about it when you're done. Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
Thanks.
sure. At least it's better than the last time someone found poison. They didn't find his body.
Honestly, it's an average problem with alchemists. I mean, for everyone that discovers the elixir of immortality, 5 more are just poisoning themselves.
Or they just find some plant that sends them to a different realm.
Well, I mean, you're right, but I'm specifically talking about, like, there was this one emperor from a country actually not too far from Fleur's homeland who thought jade and mercury would make him live forever, and he just fucking died because he drank jade mixed with mercury.
oh yeah,
I
my
mean,
mom remembers
I
that
don't
happening.
think Jade has.
And
I
Tong
don't think
says,
Jade is poison.
Oh, for reference, Daehun, mercury is this metal that's liquid at room temperature. It's highly toxic.
Hmm. Yeah. Toss.
Well, I mean, one researcher once dropped like just a little bit of mercury on her hand. You ever see that weird like Swiss cheese stuff? I'm sorry, fantasy Switzerland Swiss cheese. Yeah, that's what happened to her brain.
Okay.
It also eats metal.
Yeah.
But I digress. Yeah, so
Chomper
glossing over the
flies over from Silver, lands on the table, and begins looking at Fleur confusedly.
why are you looking at her like that? I mean, unless you're talking about the fact that, uh she she sticks a finger she holds a finger, 2 of her fingers up in a circle and sticks her other index finger through it, like a questioning, because yeah, that's just a thing mortals do.
Chopper
Came
looks in
free
your
with the
direction,
fucking
Audrey. Chopper looks in your direction, Audrey, and you hear in your mind, I feel Dagmar's presence coming from Fleur. When we came in,
I mean,
when we came in, I felt her presence, but I haven't seen her now that the present's coming from her.
Yeah, I mean, that also makes sense. Children tend to have similar magical signatures to their mothers. Which, fortunately, that and half of her genomes all Fleur shares with her mother.
So what are you going to do now?
Hey, Starvon, do you need like a nap? You might still have some internal
Good.
hemorrhaging.
Don't worry, I'm used to it at this point with these people.
Just because you're used to it doesn't mean you should have it happen to you. She just sort of looks over to Chomper and goes, I mean, Ben and all, he's going to be too stubborn. You just probably heal him when he's not looking.
Healing without consent does not sound like a good. Yeah, well,
It's not sex. She looks over at Chomper again and goes, do get consent for that if you want to have sex with Sturbon, though.
what? How did we?
Like she just stops and looks dead in the eyes.
She tilts her head like almost 90 degrees. Like, like how a dog would like turn their head when they were confused. But like her head's almost like parallel with the ground. Well, the table.
Look, it's important. You don't just do it. And okay, to be fair, I'm not quite sure what like the mating rituals of pseudo dragons are, but humanoids aren't like dragonflies.
Well, it so happens I can't tell you what they do. And she plops down at scroll thing again, Audrey, and rolls it out. You can hear Fleur like, Tom, why do you have to have that? Your handwriting is atrocious.
Actually awful, by the way.
Thanks. She smiles, like, beamingly.
Well, I mean, I suppose it's like great so no one reads your fucking spell book. Not so good for the reproductive organs of a pseudo dragon.
Well,
No, wait. Yeah, you're probably one of the weird foxes that Silver was talking about. She'll pull out her notebook and flip to the cipher that she has. So, I have a running hypothesis for this, but I'm gonna need some collaborative effort here. You could was possibly incurring the wrath of the god Thought.
Thought? Why would I be incurring his wrath?
Well, legally speaking, Sturbon was the one who's not Sturbon. Silver was the one that took the book. I only copied it over.
Okay.
But
why don't you tell me what happened?
Okay, so Chomper got abducted by a blight dragon. Blight dragon had a little heart to heart with Chomper. Chomper entered a depressed state, but when we went to go after Chomper, we found this weird skeleton with an ibis head, which, logical conclusion there is probably Cult of Thoth had a book in its arms.
When you mentioned
took the book.
When you mentioned that the skeleton had ibis head, like She goes from having a playful expression to having a serious expression.
Therefore, again, want to throw that out there for any gods that might be listening. Technically speaking, the one who disturbed it was Silvar, not me.
Oh, I doubt it. Do you have the original with you? Or a copy thereof?
She points to the transcribed manuscript. Yeah, we returned the original.
She begins looking at it. She gets a disgusted look on her face. You use comprehend languages, didn't you?
It was in fucking... Okay, do you understand Coptic?
Well,
Like, it doesn't even come down to the fact that, like, I didn't understand the language. It came down to the fact that I can't read the script. It's not the common script. Hell, it's not even the Elven script.
well, lets me. She'll reach into her bag, pull out a set of like computer paper that's been stapled, like hand it over to you, and it reads. Right, the title of it reads. As soon as I pull up her backstory. Right. The title of which is Accuracy of Comprehend Languages and Tongues. By Tongya Wen and Neferkare.
I'm not reading your goddamn dissertation.
Dissertation,
Look.
It's a paper. I've already done plenty of papers for the Library of Alexandria.
That is a location that I'm sure existed.
Well, it did on Earth. Then it got Then it got taken to the other world because, well, the humans didn't deserve it anymore.
An orthodox show of hubris, but very well. But also, to be incredibly blunt, there was no translation tool there. We were literally kilometers underground, and also low-key kind of still worried that a blight dragon might show up. What else did you expect me to do?
Really nothing else. Nothing much more than that. I'm still disappointed, though.
I mean, I rewrote the thing in the original script if you want to look at it. She flips ahead a few pages.
Oh, yes. Well, there's part of the issue. It's Greek, except it's written not in the Greek script.
Well, yeah, no, all of it was Coptic. That much I understood. Though, reading back through it, yeah, there were some weirdly Aegean terminology in there.
Yeah, this is why I don't like using comprehended languages if I can avoid it, because it translates things literally. When really, there are certain parts of this that are turns of phrases.
Look, I'm sorry I had to go with a fucking Daehun approach. Okay?
I must say,
Though
despite the fact that despite the fact that you used comprehend languages, you are rather close. Just not completely.
yeah, I gathered that much. Unfortunately, the person in my life who was a linguist, uh, apparently disappeared. Or is still here. Actually, more likely than not, he's still here. Just horrifying for Daehun.
So for those of you that are sitting right next to Tong, her tails are wagging a bit now.
Uh, Audrey scoots over and pats Daehun on the shoulder and goes, "I have a twin brother."
Why are you touching me?
I want you to know this. There's another one of me out there.
That's great.
I mean, I figured you would want time to mentally prepare.
All right. Look, you move so fast. It doesn't matter how many of how many of you there are. It doesn't matter. You're everywhere anyway.
I mean, it's a weirdly mature response from you, Daehun. Not gonna lie.
It's right. I just got to go upstairs and lay in my blood bed for a little while.
Easy.
Very.
She turns to look at Fleur with an actual face of concern. Is that like a waterbed filled with human blood, or is he just being weird?
It's a normal bed that just so happens to have a blanket that is colored like blood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I know with Daehun, you gotta ask these questions because I wouldn't put him past him to fill a waterbed with blood.
I found
I
it,
don't
you
know why
bastard.
you'd sleep on water. Ooh.
You said you found him as a
Who's
skeleton.
talking?
Tong. You said you found him as a skeleton? Well, we found you a bit late, but we finally found you. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, let me tell you this. This is both a journal, as you may have surmised, but it's also a spell book. These spells have been encoded as journal entries.
Yeah, no, I'm keenly aware. I've seen somebody code their spellbook as a cookbook. I managed to piece together the spellbook ironically first.
I must say, there are some spells in here that I don't recognize. They talk about, and in this entry here, talks about, despite not being from this world, he has sympathy for some of the locals, because he's from Earth and has where the concept of you're not allowed to worship any other deities is kind of non-existent. So he's going to try and see if he can help these people liberate their deities.
Audrey is visibly rubbing the bridge of her nose. Okay. So let me get this straight here. She's just going to lean forward and look at the passage again. So let me get this straight. Encoded in here is what, if I'm putting two and two together here, a spell that could hypothetically, and I mean this very keenly as a hypothetical, break out the dragon gods.
Potentially. It may or may not work, considering that this scholar, but this wizard, is from the other world, which is the Fey realm of this place called Earth. And magic works different. Instead of this weave you have, their ley lines.
No, I know how magic works in Feywilds. That's to say, poorly, but that's also the case, ironically, up in the mountains. None of us did turn into a potted plant, though, so, high fives all around.
I'll have to read more of this, see if I can decipher the spells in his. But tomorrow I'll have to head back to the island, otherwise the permanent teleportation circle won't work.
Yeah, I gathered as much. Here, tell you what, uh, she, she will grab out a couple sheets of spare paper that she has and start writing something down. Because fortunately, it goes back to the whole Elven eidetic memory shit. I get you the original manuscript as a copy, and you can decipher that on your island. Though, in return, she pushes it forward. It's a runic lattice to one of the rooms in her family's estate. I need your help getting us to my family's lab.
You need help getting into your family's lab.
Well, yeah, for a couple of reasons. One is just teleporting straight in is a lot safer. The other one is if if the emergency shutdown was triggered, that thing's effectively a bunker. Or rather, it locks from the inside and can only be unlocked from the inside.
I see.
Though, I suppose we don't need these anymore. If you want some of the fucking flesh flowers that come up from the ground and tear away at people's souls, you can harvest some.
I mean, I'm not particularly interested in that kind of stuff. My girlfriend is, though. She's kind of into the whole botany, agriculture thing. Yeah, I suppose it has something to do with her deity, Inari. I'm a more of a earth person. Or, well, geology.
I mean, how do you feel about trapping? I mean, how do you feel about trapping souls into crystals?
Well, that sounds like it fits into two of my areas of expertise. Magic and geology.
Cool. If you don't want the fucking the soul tearing flesh flowers, there are also just heart gems that we have. Normally, I would be against giving them to, anyone, but especially the likes of you. But frankly speaking, in this situation, a quid pro quo is probably my best option here.
She smirks.
Also, let's be real. I think Sturbon found a plant that can kill the gods, so we have more pressing issues than a fox spirit and soul gems.
Oh, very well. I can help you, but first, tomorrow we return to Mikhail.
I mean, if you want, you could just get us there now.
Look, I've used
That's
some
the-
spell slots today. I've really out of it. Oh, I suppose I could do this. I wish I was back on the island. And, she...
Cool. Cool. She grabs her journal and the address and goes, never mind then. Durbon. Buddy, quick question.
Yes.
You use all of that plant? Because if not, I have a horrible idea.
Um,
What are
what
you planning on
idea?
doing?
We use it to grow more of those roots.
No.
I mean, we could throw it in like a demi-plane. Actually, yeah, if we just go out and get like a portable hole or another bag of holding, some pots, we could grow them in the astral plane and not have to worry about them trying to kill your nature. It's a legitimate thought, Sturbon. Just keep it in mind. Especially if you just need to kill something, like, say, the World Eater. Just hypothetically speaking, of course. Though I suppose there is a certain level of irony to killing Jormungandr with something else that's trying to eat the world. Oh yeah, stay home. There's a giant snake that is biting its own tail and is keeping all the oceans in.
All right, I know you think that I'm stupid, but I'm not that stupid.
He's brothers with a big wolf and the goddess of the dead.
Yeah, again, not that stupid.
It's not a lie.
Daon has his moments.
Wait, like, Daehun, do you actually know about Jormungandr, or are you not believing me here?
I don't believe you. I don't believe that anyone would have such a stupid name as Jormungandr,
I mean,
nor that it is the name of a snake. First off, snakes don't have names. Second, snakes aren't brothers to wolves. That's stupid.
I mean, he's the son of a giant.
That's
Well,
just even more convoluted.
technically two giants, but one is blood brothers with a chief deity.
Okay, yeah. Back to your chief deity thing. I'm not even getting into that because,
Well,
like I
no, I
said
mean
before, you're crazy.
not like over deities. I mean like say
Oh,
Huitzilopochtli.
oh,
If,
so you mean
if,
like the All Father type scenario?
literally the All Father,
Okay,
Odin. You know who Odin is, right?
let me see.
Don't you have proficiency
Uh,
in religion?
no,
I would have
no.
figured
He
you would
was
have.
raised.
In
All
a
right, look.
Yes.
basement.
This
I
guy,
mean,
he was raised in a basement. He was not taught any other religion but his own, right?
fair enough, but I figured you would still have proficiency.
No, honestly, I created a Conquest Paladin. I did not choose these very well. This is my second character, so
Understandable. Uh, okay, but that's above average. Fair enough.
okay. Yes, I know about Odin.
Do you know who Loki is?
I'm gonna have to roll on that. So that's a less. I don't know who Loki is.
Okay, so Loki is another deity in the same
Wait,
pantheon
stop
that
before
Odin's
we
from.
before we get into this. Is this gonna give me more knowledge that I cannot use?
Arguably, it would give you more knowledge. There are a lot of war deities in that pantheon.
Okay, but will I ever meet them or like fight them? Does it
Poss-
pertain to me right now? Am I good where I am, or do I need to know this?
Fair point. I'll get back to that later.
Okay, cool.
Actually, wait, hold up. She rummages through her stuff. I'll pull out the Poetic Edda. Read that
Cool.
on your own
Yeah.
time.
Just certain personalities, I guess. You and that tiefling lady keep giving me book. All right, look, I'll read this. What is this language?
It's
This.
actually written in common. It's an
Oh,
annotated copy of the
what in
Poetic
the
Edda
world? Why is it spelled like this? That's stupid.
because it's the Northern tongue.
That's wrong. Okay, yeah, just giving the northern book to the southern guy. All right, fine.
I
I'll
mean,
read this.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Odin, in some capacity, is worshipped in this country.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll get to it. I
Actually,
probably won't absorb anything, but
knowing you probably more like would probably more relate to like Fafnir. Actually, almost certainly Fafnir.
more stupid names.
Well, Fafnir was a dwarf that turned into a dragon.
Okay, I do have some reference for what that looks like. She is very short. She doesn't have a beard though, so that kind of breaks the immersion.
Yeah, he turned into a dragon and then got killed by the hero Sigurd, who then proceeded to bathe in said dragon's blood and was invulnerable all except for like a maple leaf splotch on his back. Speaking of which, if you bathe in
Wait
dragon
a
blood,
minute. Really? Oh, thanks for the advice. Oh, all right. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that now.
I
Okay,
mean, you kill a
that's
dragon and
really
bathe in
smart.
its blood.
No, not any dragon. That doesn't work. Like that's really hot blood. It doesn't work. But only people who weren't dragons then turn into dragons. Awesome. Okay, so now I see why you wanted to tell me about these stupid myths. All right, I'm gonna go read this. He's gonna walk over to the fireplace. Thank you.
So, David might try and gut your wife. Sorry about that.
They've been at it
I
at each
completely
other.
forgot Fleur was in the room.
um, quite frankly, I'm surprised she didn't try to kill him.
Honestly, given the company she keeps, there's a good chance she beats his ass. Daehun doesn't strike me as a Sigurd type. Actually, speaking of which, if you do somehow kill someone who's like Fafnir, drink their blood too. It gives you wisdom. You could use it, Daehun.
Thank you.
And with that, I think we will call it for this week.
Cool. Sorry I was late and sorry I wasn't incredibly active. Have a good one, everybody. Bye.
Good night.